Yeah. Okay, Steve. So I'm going to share the screen again and we will look at the magazine, History
Hmm.
Magazine. Yeah, we read this article already. A photo of the Loch Ness Monster is published.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, that was
yes.
interesting. There were some words we've learned like eerily. What else?
Furor.
Prankster, Führer, yeah, in other words. But I want to read, if you don't mind, this story about Sakaga,
Sacagawea.
Sacagawea.
Sacagawea is, like an, I believe, I know it's a Indian name.
Exactly, yes. It's
Uh,
a yeah, she was an Indian girl or Native American girl who actually I read a book about her, but I'm not sure if this was a real story or a, made up story.
I think
So
it's real, because like um, this is about some early exploration
how do you
of
pronounce
the
Saka?
West
Sorry for
Coast.
interrupting. Sacagawea?
Um, it's easy like a Russian word. I'll put it that way. It's just made up of like syllables. Sacagawea.
Ah,
Sacagawea.
Sacagawea.
Ja, You got it. See,
All
if you can
right.
speak Russian, you can pronounce that word very easily.
Sacagawea. Correct? Sacagawea.
Yes, it's easy.
Sacagawea. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at this first. Let's read this part. This 1814 map shows the route of the pioneering Lewis and Clark expedition, aided by the young Shoshone guide and translator Sacagawea. No?
Well, one little minor correction. Aided by the young Shoshone.
Shoshone.
That has, yeah, it's it has a unusual pronunciation. As would be the syllables would be Shoshone,
Shoshone.
and there's some blending of sounds. There's some blending of sounds between syllables, but Shoshone is the name of a Indian tribe. So
Yeah,
this
I know.
this person who was their aide was from the Shoshone peoples.
Exactly. So then we have who is depicted here in a modern statue. By the way, what do you pronounce? Do you say route or route?
Um,
I had an argument today
you
with a
talked to
person.
uh, Route is probably like more standard because there's a stories and probably songs about Route 66. And
Yes,
Route 66 was a sort of famous
throughout the United
highway
States.
in the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, awesome. So let's start by reading this again. It's 7 April 1805. Sacagawea helps forge a path of discovery.
correct.
She helps forge a path, like create a path.
Um, to forge, to forge is something from metallurgy. A person can melt iron and forge a sword. A forge itself, as a noun, is
This is a verb.
a
This is a verb.
furnace. But when a person uses the word forge, um, they're using the word in a way that is not standard with its definition. Um, to forge something is to create something. When you use the word forge instead of create a path, um, it expresses like a more forceful like effort, in that like um, the exploration of a path to get from the east coast of the United States to the Pacific Ocean was, like so dangerous, and people took their lives in their hands when they tried to get through the mountains or whatever else was, like making it difficult. So as a
Hmm.
verb, um, it
Create, basically. Produce.
it conveys a quality of the experience, and
Produce.
that like,
Produce.
oh, it was hard, they really had to use their muscles, like like you're pounding on molten steel to make a sword,
Yeah,
like that's
look what it says. It says to make or produce something, especially with some difficulty.
yeah.
Yeah, so we can say Sacagawea helps produce a path of discovery.
Yeah. And the people that were, like strangers in a strange land, um, she helped keep them alive,
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because like the task at hand was dangerous.
Yes. So let us continue reading here. An indigenous teenager, because she was a teenager, accompanies Lewis and Clark across America. So she is going with them, accompanies.
Yes, yes, she's their guide.
On 7 April 1805, the young Shoshone woman, Sacagawea,
Shoshone.
Shoshone,
Sh- sh- make
okay,
give that ne sound at the end of the word some voice.
yeah,
Shoshone.
Shoshone woman, Sacagawea, set out with Meriwether Lewis. Is it Meriwether Lewis?
Meriwether Lewis is an unusual name. Meriwether is, like his first name.
I know.
Lewis is the family name.
Yes,
Meriwether Lewis. Yeah, that's just one person.
that's very unusual. Meriwether Lewis and William Clark on a perilous,
Perilous.
I don't know this word.
Perilous meaning, like that word explicitly, like conveys the idea of danger.
Oh,
Because here's the thing. Um, peril by itself, a peril is a danger.
mm-hmm.
Perilous is the adjective form of that noun. So if you say it's a perilous cup of coffee, well, my gosh, that's a dangerous cup of coffee.
Yeah, it says
But
extremely dangerous, perilous, journey west through the United States enormous Louisiana territory. She had
yes.
been she had been captured, so far I understand everything. So she basically started their journey, Shoshone woman, Sacagawea. She started with Lewis and Clark on this extremely dangerous journey west through the United States enormous Louisiana territory, which is located in the southeastern part of the states.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she had been captured as a child by the Hidatsa.
Mm-hmm.
Hidatsa? Who is Hidatsa? I don't know. Is this a name?
Hidatsa, yeah, well, Hidatsa is the name of another, like Indian tribe.
Oh,
Uh,
I haven't heard. I used to love, studying about Indian tribes, but I've never heard Hidatsa. I know
Neither have
Shoshone,
I.
I know Apache, I know Sioux, but I've never heard Hidatsa. Okay, so as a child by the Hidatsa and later sold to French Canadian fur trapper. Uh, I think this is looks like a French
This is
pronunciation.
it is. This is now neither of us, like are any good at it. Tos
To,
Saint Carbonea.
to
That's
Saint
that's how I
Carbonea.
yeah,
All right, let's say
because yeah.
to Saint Carboneo. Okay, whom she married and who also joined the party of an expedition that would make history. So she basically, okay, so he was French Canadian, so fur trapper. That was a very common uh, occupation back then.
True, true,
Yeah.
true.
When President Thomas Jefferson dispatched Lewis and Clark Dispatch, like he set them to go.
Dispatch means to, like send
Sent,
people,
sent
or
basically. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And then like there's actually like a dispatch, like a trucking dispatcher is the person who assigns loads and destinations for people who drive trucks to deliver something or another to somewhere.
I was once
But
interested in
yeah,
this job, actually doing remotely. It's a very interesting job. Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. So dispatched Lewis and Clark to explore the newly acquired Louisiana territory. Newly acquired meaning like just received recently or
To
gained.
acquire something,
Yeah, they
means
got.
to to get possession of that thing,
Yeah,
because you probably know it. The Louisiana Territory was purchased for like $1 million from
from
probably
from
France.
France. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the aim of the expedition was to map the terrain,
If here's a good word to work on: terrain.
terrain,
Terrain
terrain.
is like it can be describing like, oh, the mountains over there are part of the terrain. That big beautiful lake, like at the foot of the mountains, that's also part of the terrain. And like we have to figure out how to like go around the mountain and not drown in the lake.
Yeah, terrain, an area of land when considered its natural features. Ah, okay. So basically, it's a
Yep.
land, like a territory.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
It's yeah. Usually a large portion of land.
Okay.
You wouldn't talk
Large.
about somebody's backyard like a terrain.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. I know. It's a more in the geographical context of big
Yeah,
territories.
yeah, yeah.
So the aim of the expedition was to map the terrain, document new species, right? Like new species mean like new animals.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly.
And build relationships with indigenous nations. All right. So, and then we have this name again, Charbonneau.
It's difficult to tell. It's difficult to like tell because it's French, and French words are like a total minefield. You know, you can't like you can't get through a sentence of like without horribly mispronouncing like some word in French. And if there's a first language French speaker in the area, like they'll become really angry.
Ah, yeah. Huh. By the way, did you know that this button here right now, you see it says A. This is what you can actually click to make it read it for you.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but it's not working right now. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Well,
so yeah, it's fine. Charbonneau joined as an interpreter,
yes.
but it was Sacagawea who became invaluable. You see, I still struggle like saying these words like really, really rapidly, like interpreter, Sacagawea, words like that.
That
Uh,
that is fine. I'm struggling over the Russian word to eat, and I'm barely keeping up with what's being asked of me. Um, yeah,
uh,
invaluable is an interesting word because um,
invaluable
invaluable
means
itself.
it's not valuable.
No, no, no. You would
Ah,
think that. You would
priceless,
think that
priceless.
because yes, yes, invaluable conveys the idea that like if you have it, you better keep it because you
Like
can't
too
replace it.
expensive. Place too
Yeah,
expensive.
it's very it's something you may need. Well, here's the thing. If you're lost in the forest and you have, like a box of matches, you better take good care of those matches because like those matches might be the difference of, like surviving or not surviving the experience of being lost in a forest.
Yeah.
So it's something critical to safety, something that is, like, as you say here, priceless, like the crown jewels of England. Um, are not replaceable. If they were lost or destroyed, like it would be a very, very big deal.
All right. So we got this invaluable person, Sacagawea, who became priceless. As they paddled up the Missouri River, Sacagawea, carrying her newborn son, Jean Baptiste, helped provide directions for Lewis and Clark's corpse of
This
discovery. Or you don't read
that's it.
S, you say core.
It's a booby trap word. It's a booby trap
You
word.
say core,
Uh,
right?
yeah, yes, like the Marine. This spelling of this word, corps, you could hear it with the Marine Corps, but
Yeah.
no one ever says the Marine Corps because that would be a dead Marine. Corpse.
Mhm.
A corpse.
Mhm.
Corpse is a cadaver.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah. So why did they have this word? Is it an abbreviation? It's abbreviation or something?
No, it's not an abbreviation. Um, a You could talk about a core, but in the sense of core here, CORP, you're talking about a division of a military armed force.
Oh, okay.
Um, like
A military unit trained to perform particular duties. Military unit. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
All right. So she helped helped provide directions for Lewis and Clark's military unit of discovery. So basically, core would be like military unit.
But you
Eh,
don't pronounce the S, which is the
core,
booby trap there.
core
Yeah,
of discovery as they traverse. This one I don't know. Traversed or
traverse
traversed?
to traverse is to uh, cover a length of a journey. You could say a person or a group of people traversed, the mountain range. They were able to, like find a pass and get through the mountain range. Um, do, 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 do.
This one says
It's
to move
yeah,
or
it's to
travel through an area.
yeah, but usually it's um, a long distance.
Yes.
Like I could, we could, a person who likes to really drive cars a lot could drive from Washington State to Southern California, and the sentence that could be used was um, traversing the distance was difficult and tedious. Like covering the distance. That's to cover a distance and use a long distance is where like the verb traverse um, shines as a
Can
word
you
that
say traverse the route?
they traversed. They traversed. They traversed
The
the route.
distance
Yes, yes.
or the
The
distance.
from Washington D.C. on the East Coast to the Pacific Ocean is a journey that they traversed. Like
Yes.
they accomplished.
Ah,
You know, moving along that path
covered.
until they achieve their
Covered.
goal.
Like,
Yeah.
all right, traveled. All right. And then uncharted lands, like untouched.
Not untouched, but uncharted lands means lands for which there are no maps, because the word that shines in there
Ah,
is chart, and a chart could be a map. So if it's uncharted, there's no map to guide you how to get through the area.
yeah, uncharted means an uncharted area has not had a map made
No
of
maps.
and has
There's no
not been
maps.
described. Oh, okay, okay. Like indigenous land, you can say, or maybe
Well,
or wild land.
when people first travel into an area and they've never been there before, and because it's experience. If you go through some particular land that belongs to an Indian nation, like 4 or 5 times, you've got a good idea about how to get through that area with the least amount of trouble. But if you go into a large area that belongs to some like Indian nation, you don't know which way to go, whether you're going to turn left or turn right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's uncharted means, like, most simply, is an absence of a map or total lack of familiarity with where you are.
With the terrain, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
She identified edible plants, found fresh water, and helped the men survive in the unforgiving wilderness. When their boat nearly capsized, she saved crucial documents and supplies. That's what I understood. Her greatest contribution came when they reached the towering Rocky Mountains, which the expedition needed horses to cross. Recognizing a local Shoshone chief as her long-lost brother, Kamiwait,
Kamiya, wait. Yeah, that's probably a good.
Kamiwait,
Kamiya, wait. Kamiya,
Kam,
wait. Yeah.
Kamiwait, she secured horses and safe passage. The expedition faced treacherous rivers. I don't know what
Modification.
treacherous.
Treacherous means
Treacherous.
something that's dangerous. It comes from the word, comes from the noun treachery. Treachery is a betrayal. If a person, is a traitor, they betray their company. They become a treacherous person, a person who cannot be trusted.
Mm-hmm.
And you usually, well, like people like Aldrich Ames, who is a famous CIA spy during the Cold War. When that happens, like, they sort of become non-persons, and like, people regard them as like the same thing as handling venomous snakes. Yeah. So the treacherous river could be a river that looks safe, but like when you try to cross it, oh, it kills you. You know,
Yeah. Look, we already found two words for extremely dangerous today. Treacherous rivers and also perilous,
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 perilous. Yeah.
perilous journey. So can you say treacherous journey or perilous rivers?
Treacherous is more strong than perilous. You know, you can go, um, like on a paddleboard in an area where there's danger, but oh, if you're really skilled at paddleboarding, oh, you can enjoy it, and like maybe get like excited because like you have to do things exactly right. Treacherous um, is worse than that, because treacherous implies a will from like another person or a river or something to harm the person,
Oh, okay.
um,
So it's
trying
like
to
evil,
like,
almost evil.
exactly, exactly.
All right. It's interesting. Okay, now let me finish that one. The expedition faced treacherous rivers, bitter winters, and unknown tribes. Accompanied or accompanied, would you say accompanied
Mhm.
or accompanied?
Accompanied is the
Accompanied.
standard pronunciation. Accompanied,
Accompanied. All right. Yeah,
yeah,
accompanied
yeah.
by Sacagawea, though they gained trust among native nations. Her journey ended after they reached the Pacific, but her legacy endured. Endured?
Yeah, to endure means to last.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was
Yeah.
wondering if it's endured or endured.
Um, Probably a different pronunciation with different people. I would say endured.
Okay. Without her, the mission might have failed. As it was, this young mother braved the unknown to act as pathfinder for the westward expansion of the nascent US.
Nascent. That's a word with a weird pronunciation. Nascent, like is kind of
Nation.
like young and upcoming. That yeah. Do 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 do. Let's let's see what the dictionary says. Nascent.
Yeah, you're right.
Only yeah. Only recently
Nascent.
formed or started.
Nascent.
Yeah, yeah,
Not nation. Nascent. Yeah, so it says,
yeah. It's
obviously,
because there's
does it mean, Steve, it's not super common word to use?
the History magazine has got a lot of really deluxe, like Mercedes-Benz words.
I
You know,
know.
when you use words like the nation US, you know, you're speaking to a college level audience.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
Um,
do. That's why I'm doing this
and
because I want to read these really hard articles that I can't understand myself. I mean, probably I can translate, but it's really cool to read with you and see, how because as you can see, like we read this by the way, so nascent means only recently formed or started, but likely to grow larger quickly, meaning
yeah,
like new, kind of new.
yeah, because like in 1805, in 1805, the government of the United States wasn't even 50 years old.
Yes.
People would say that the government of the United States, as something independent, no longer being a colony of England, that was only in 1776. 1776 to 1800 was it like 24 years, 25 years, something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, but you could
Uh,
see, like, when I read all this, most of the things were clear to me. Some words I couldn't pronounce correctly. Thanks for your pronunciation help. But yeah, overall, it was quite understandable. I mean, I can read these academic texts and high articles, no problem, but I still have to learn the vocabulary, and this is very important. I have this question. So first, let's quickly review the words we've learned today. I've learned
mm-hmm,
today. These are
mm-hmm.
perilous, extremely dangerous, dispatched, sent, terrain. I think I knew dispatched and terrain. It's just like I wanted to clarify, maybe also for those who will be watching this as a recording, will be also helpful as a lesson, maybe.
Mm.
Invaluable, also understand because it's like valuable and this is invaluable, like with basically
Even
all
more valuable
even more
because
valuable.
yeah, because usually if when you see in before a word, it means bad because
It means a negative meaning.
uh,
It conveys a negative
yeah,
meaning.
invalid is an example.
Yeah,
If
meaning
something is
not.
valid, some, if something is valid, if it's true and correct, but if something is invalid, it's a forgery. It's false. You should not accept. If somebody tries to make a point with a speech that is dishonest, the person is making an invalid point. You
Okay.
should shield yourself from stuff that is the opposite of being valid or good. And um, this is interesting because valid also is part of the root word, if you will, of value.
Yes.
And so valid and valuable are
And
like
in
brother and
Spanish,
sister words.
it's valor means price. So I think it comes from the Latin root. Val, something with value, price and stuff like that. But anyway, so let's go and finish here. So we have corps, which is the military unit, traversed, traveled, uncharted, not mapped, treacherous, extremely dangerous,
Treacherous, treacherous,
treacherous. So treacherous
treacherous,
and perilous,
perilous,
perilous and treacherous are, and the last one is
nascent,
no,
nation.
it sounded actually like nascent, not nation, nascent. The dictionary
I,
says,
yes.
but you probably heard it like this. So this means recently formed. My question, like to these words, nascent, treacherous, uncharted, traversed, invaluable, perilous. These are not very common words to hear, right? In an everyday English.
In normal public school education in the United States,
They're quite okay.
it would only be the uh, the students that were, like really shining stars that would be playing around with these words by the seventh grade.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
a lot, like because public education in many parts of the United States is failing. Um, Probably the majority of those people who manage to stay in public school and graduate high school, it's very possible that, like the majority of those who have the high school diploma wouldn't know the meaning of these words that, like we just covered today.
So I've learned something really cool and important.
What's that?
I
Oh,
mean,
these
these
words?
words, yeah.
These words.
Yeah. Yeah, thank
But
you, Steve. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you for giving me this lesson.